What's up? Wednesday night. Large Cox right here. Multicam. Tyler, what's up? Empty, what's up? Jonathan Cam, what's up? Big O, what's up? Moreno, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? Bob, what's up? Vaquero, what's going on? And the longest line, Kickapoo, what's up? Peoples, how are you? Aaron Meyer, Mr. D, Ronnie Warren, what's going on? JT, what's up? So what's going on? What do you guys want to talk about? What is going on? What's really happening? AK-M4 micros and multicam are being made. Helter wraps, it looks like over here. Desert Rat, Keating, what's up? Byron Roberts, what's up? The weather. It was supposed to completely kill us and wipe Tennessee off of the earth. And maybe it did somewhere. Passed through here, nothing really. Just a little bit of thunderstorm. Not even like a bad thunderstorm. I did hear part of the county lost electricity. Never even saw ours blink. Pierre hit me up and he's like, how bad is it? And I said, honestly, I don't know. I'm sewing. I have earbuds in. I haven't seen shit. Went outside, thought it would be dark, and it wasn't even dark. Looking forward to getting 2 black visor covers. Been waiting. Crayons, did they ship? Have they shipped already? Tornado warning for half hour. Well, we had a tornado. Which one? Like, which one? Tornado watch? That's like it might happen, and then warning is there's an actual tornado. We were under tornado watch, I guess, for 4 or 5 hours. I mean, they've been telling us for days. Multiverse. They ship next day. Should be here Saturday. Right on, right on. Why do I always buy 100-foot hoses when I only need 50? I don't know. Have both. I mean, we pull a lot of hose, dude. Like, we'll run 600 feet of hose here on the property. Draven, what's up? Got a big box of med supplies delivered today. Very cool. I think if one of those flights gets shot down, it will match that starts the fire. We're going to go to war. NATO wants a war. NATO wants a war. We got caught with the biolabs. Ask yourself how come the Ukraine hasn't been fucking let into NATO before. It's because they're corrupt. We have our hands up NATO's ass. That's our up Ukraine's ass. That's our puppet. And we're heavily involved in there. Of course we're going to war. So there's supposed to be 50 of those yellow ones, and there's not. I don't know why. Thunderstorms are honey badgers of the storm world. They do what they want and defy predictions. Funny how New York shooter turned himself in, just so happens has mental issues. Apparently he just conveniently left his credit card at the scene of the crime as well, I heard. Hey. Going to the gym, 2 days of carnivore, so doing what I can to drop 6 pounds, right on. Shirts and patches shipped. decent thunder rain north of Nashville. Got really dark. Yeah, same here. We had some rain and shit, but nothing crazy. I think World War III is closer than we think. Only a matter of time before we and our allies start flying weapons directly into Ukraine. It looks like we already are, man. It looks like we already are. All that shit everybody's giving Ukraine, though, it's all their old shit. The question is, what are they being compensated with for doing it? What are you doing? Always an orgy of evidence when the shooter works for the alphabet. How about 3 cameras down? Oh, I didn't even hear that. Imagine that. Yeah. Cameras were down. Loofah's planted, right on. Obama administration replaced the Russian-backed leader with, yes, they did. Absolutely, they did. Eerily still and quiet before the storm. Yeah, I was outside, and then it started. It went when I walked out. I was very surprised how warm it was outside, and then it cooled off rather quickly, and then started raining. Yeah, most javelin gunners have never even fired a real javelin. Like the Marine Corps javelin gunners, they have like a fucking simulator. They haven't even ever fired a real one. All the dudes go and watch one fired, but they never fire one. 800 million in artillery and helicopters for Ukraine. How about billions for water, right? How about the infrastructure bullshit that's going on? How about all the money they just passed for the water? What do they do? What's going on there? How about them letting all the fucking illegals across the border? How about Amazon is bringing heavy lift planes full of illegal aliens in to work at their factories? Did you know that? $15 an hour, and that's why you're hearing the Biden administration grumbling and start to push Amazon to be a union. Because all the union guys, all the guys in the union are sitting and pushing on Biden administration because Amazon is bringing in workers for $15 an hour. So all the union workers are pissing and moaning and grumbling that they're not over the people coming in. Amazon has the highest turnover rate. How about this? Do you remember a week or two ago when the Biden administration had something they were talking about? If the post office goes away and never comes back, the government will take over mail shipping. Maybe it has something to do with those two. Maybe they want to take over unionized Amazon so that they can use Amazon for the delivery stuff. Arid fanny pack, right on. They're nice. They're very nice. I'm showing 0 inventory, but I have 2 hanging here, so I'm not sure why. Texas immigrant bus made it to D.C. Supposedly, the Texas immigrants bus made it to D.C. How many are there? Because they dumped fucking 1 million immigrants in Texas. It's just a dog and pony show. They sent 1 bus. Is that what they sent? 1 bus worth of fucking immigrants to D.C.? Do you think D.C. gives a shit? Millions in M4s and night vision left for the Taliban, yeah. And they want to take your guns. President today, 800 million in artillery. Bam Ranch, what's up? We have some EDC pouches, inventory is correct. Same with EDC organizers, the inventory is all correct on those. Injectable cases, the inventory is correct on those as well. We have those all available to ship. We've got some 3-cell pouches, we have a few pocket slides still. We have stand-up pouches and half stand-up pouches. night vision. I had a buddy who got an Article 15 and was almost prosecuted legally for losing a single set of nods while enlisted. What are you using for vacuum sealing, and what do you vacuum seal? We vacuum seal anything that needs vacuum sealed. We vacuum seal a ton of shit. And we use a chamber vacuum sealer by a company called VacMaster. And we use the model 215. Medi, what's up? Bruce Butcher, what's up? Battery Wallet's making great med vial organization to use with injectables. Chris Butler, what's up? Live chat with Spirit Clinical. Yeah, those are always good, man. So we're going to be on Billy Bond's Permapastures. We're going to do his live feed Sunday night. Nicole and I will be on with Billy Sunday night. And then Tuesday, he is doing our show. The vacuum sealed carrot cake Oreos. Yeah, those are good, aren't they? East Texas, what's up, man? Do you have any ATAX ghosts? No. No, I don't know. We might have a little bit, but we're not running anything in it. We're filling orders that exist, and I think that's it. Vacuum sealed carrot. Found out sweet potato foliage is, yeah, absolutely sweet potato foliage. You can eat it. You can wilt it like you would spinach. You can use it in a salad. You can cut a ton of it. It will continue to grow. It's an enormous vine. Yes, you absolutely can use sweet potato. Do not use normal potato. Love to gun. Yes, we have city water. We are the second on the line from the pump. We have 180 pounds coming in at the street. Put a couple of those Husky heavy-duty shelves up yesterday. Didn't even notice you have a lot of them in the shop. So we don't have the Husky ones. These are from the Husky ones I've looked at. These are much more robust. These are from a company called Whalen, and they are the ones that were sold for over a decade and still might be at Costco. Lowe's sells something that looks similar. The Lowe's ones are pretty shitty compared to these. We do have a ton of these, and we have fucking hundreds of these. And it doesn't matter if you buy these at Lowe's or Costco. They're interchangeable and pretty similar to each other. You can also buy them at Lowe's. Sam's Club and Costco are the best place to buy them. You can buy them at Lowe's, but you pay a lot more for them at Lowe's. And the ones at Lowe's don't include the casters, and they don't come with a fifth shelf. Gary Johnson, what's up, man? I heard him call your name out on the Attack Response live feed tonight. Brian, man, everything's good, man. Everything's good. Normal tater greens have solanum. Solanum. Sound it out. Sound it out. It's a nightshade, right? It's a nightshade. Made my first purchase, Harry Potter lined grocery bag for my wife. Now that I have her Mother's Day gift time to do a little shopping for myself. Right on, man. Just asking because I realized I ordered an injectable pouch in Ghost and haven't, and thought I heard you say you weren't doing. Yeah, we will. We'll build everything that we have on order. Yes. If you would like a different color, just send me an email, reply to your order confirmation, and I'll be happy to send you something available that we have tomorrow. We can discuss that. Place an order with Katanica. What'd you order with Katanica? Dump pouches on the schedule soon. I don't know the answer to that. I've been spring cleaning, organizing, and I need some storage shelves myself. I have too much stuff. Do you have too much stuff? Would it be use in the would it be of use in the future? You know, there's thousands of ships right now sitting in harbors in China that are not moving. They're anchored. They're supposedly full of stuff that would have been coming to the United States. So what if China's shut down and you're not getting any of that bullshit? So all the stuff you have too much of, would you be happy to have it a year or two from now if you were unavailable, if it wasn't any longer available to get? Jeans and hoodie, right on. Bought some black wire shelves. So the Walmart shelves are nothing like these shelves. I have a bunch of Walmart wire shelves, and just putting, well, dry goods are heavy, so I guess that's not a good example. Dry goods and canned goods bows the shelves. Your real question is, could you take your wire shelves from Walmart and stand on them and climb them like a ladder? And the answer is no, you can't. With these, you can. These are very robust. You're going to pay about $100 and change per shelf. These used to be $65. We've bought hundreds of them for $65, and you're going to pay $100 to $115, $130 for them now. It's well worth it. It's well worth it. And typically the Walmart ones are like 3 feet wide long, and these here are 4 feet long. Deplorable bag this weekend. I will never be able to pick it up if I fill it. No, they're big, man. Marfugal, what about Marfugal? Is there such thing as too much stuff? I guess I just need more room. 2 things. Thanks for turning me on to Marfugal News and how you all fare with the storm. Storms are come and gone, man. Uneventful this time, luckily. You'll see a theme through here. You see these shelves everywhere. And you can take these shelves and only build half of them too and make roller carts with them. And then we also have all these carts here. Like we keep our canning equipment on one of these. We keep our vacuum sealer on one of these. We have a lot of these carts all through. When we're canning, we use these to move things around through the shop. Eight Bear Adventures, what's up? No shirt this week. No shirt. We have artwork for Come and Take It, and it's a chicken in a COVID mask, and it's got a pointy mask where his beak is. I've got a couple of other shirt designs. We haven't done one this week. Lumber is down. Pressure treated 2x4s back down. That's fucking good to hear. Finished shed and cabins right on. It's been the first year my wife and I grew our own food. I have to say, it's fucking great feeling. Gary, man, just ramp it up. Just do more. Like you could take something, and that's awesome, man. That's awesome, and it does feel good, doesn't it? But you could take something every day and just plant it in the dirt, and it'll grow. You could plant. It doesn't even have to be in planters, man. You could just plant it places, and you'd be amazed what will grow. And especially like cilantro and chamomile, and you could plant that just literally as almost like wildflowers, and when it dies, it'll come back the next year. It'll grow right back. Yeah, Daniel Rudder. I think that's the case. I think it's a lot of crying wolf. better safe than sorry, though, I guess, you know? Interest rates are going to go through the roof. If you need to refinance, do it now. Lumber prices are stabilizing in my area, but the quality of lumber has gone down. I saw a video talking about how Lowe's and Home Depot, their 2x4s aren't even the same size. I think they said that Lowe's actually skimps a lot, and their dimensional lumber is considerably smaller than other places. Have we ever run a hat with an SOE logo? Yes, we have. Have good salsa on hand, it is, yeah. Uneventful. I was all over the road, big bitch going down the road empty. Kirby, what's up, man? Yeah, I heard there were 65-mile-an-hour winds. What are the biggest bags? Deplorable bag, and I think I have one available in multicam. And then our super kit bag, and I have 0 available of super kit bags. Can I get those vertical planters at Lowe's? Slim, are you talking about the green stock towers? You cannot. I mean, maybe they have something like it. The green stock towers are pretty badass. I have one growing a bunch of stuff in it right now. And the way their water trickles down, it disperses it evenly and actually catches each cell. You water from the top and it actually does disperse. And as it comes and drips out the soil, it drips into a plate underneath that level. And that plate has holes which drip into each cell, and then it keeps repeating itself down to the bottom level. Yeah, green stock, I think that's it. I hear chicks. We ordered 9 chicks from a hatchery. Got a call from the post office, all dead. Oh, that sucks, man. We got a call at 8 this morning. We had 1 dead. I think it was a Cornish cross, 1 dead. But we didn't get all of our birds. So I gotta talk to them and see if there's another box coming or what's up. 5 loads of dimensional lumber going over across 40 last night, uncovered in pouring rain. So if you get warped boards, there's one reason why. I've been going through 2x4s off the stacks, and they're just soaking wet, like always, just fucking wet. Go through a full bunk of 2x6s, 2x4s, 1x4s every 15 days, crafting our machines to ship to see the price versus quality issued pretty regularly. I will have to post photo of the pre-Civil War rabbit trap. That's cool. I have some squirrel traps. I think they're squirrel traps, old ones. Did you get any of the water block filters for your fuel tanks? Did you get any? I have not, Bob. I have not. I haven't messed with that at all. Scott Hayson, what's up, buddy? Bob, if you could find a link to that and just send it to me, I'll just buy whatever you send me a link to, if you remember, or have one of the kids do it. We have TSC and Atwoods up here. Home Depot, Tractor Supply all have starter plants. They do. They have a lot out. And if you go to Lowe's and Home Depot, even though they come from the same truck, they tend to have different shit. Grandma uses 6-inch PVC, 4 foot tall, 45-degree angle plants in them, attaches to her house, ran a hose to the top, way to grow with limit. Oh yeah, like a water system. They just kind of S down. I've seen all that. If you want to see some cool vegetable garden shit, get on Etsy and just look at, kitchen garden or tower garden or any of that shit. It's barely breezy out. It's cooled off considerably. And here's my grow stock tower. I think it's called green stock or grow stock. You can see there's a strawberry there. The lettuces look to be doing pretty good. I'll come out here. Oh shit, if this dies, it'll come right back on. All right, looks like it died. I had to close the door because of the cat. Not sure where you are, but Kroger's and Walmart have herb plants right on. Need a couple of repeaters. frost warning in the morning. Tower hydroponic system growing herbs and veggies. Then got a couple raised beds. Now we're planting in the ground. Good, good. That's where your big stuff's going to be. Like if you're going to do corn or wheat or shit like that, you're going to have to. It's going to have to go in the ground. Is it worth it to raise chicks for eggs? Absolutely. Absolutely, it is. Because even if you didn't feed your chickens chicken feed and you just feed them your scraps, everything that's scrap goes right here. And that goes to the chickens. These are eggs from the last 2 days. Those are the last 2 days worth of eggs. I feel like there's, yeah, here's another one. These are today's eggs. Now, you don't have to have as many birds as I have. We're growing birds up right now that I plan to sell as egg-laying birds before first molt birds. So we'll sell them off. I mean, when people are panicking and can't get fucking chickens, an egg-laying chicken right now is a $25, $30, $40 bird right now. What are people going to pay for that when they can't get them? And your eggs, what's a fucking dozen eggs cost in the grocery store? We don't buy eggs from the grocery store. We haven't in 5-6 years probably. But I heard they fucking tripled in price already. John Witherspoon, what's up, man? Our internet was off this morning for quite a while. Actually froze hard last night. Latest freeze I've seen around here, almost a century. How many birds do you recommend for beginner? Family of 5. Get you 6 birds, man. You're going to typically get an egg a day. And different types of chickens. You're going to go, somebody else on here can tell you. When does a chicken start laying an egg? How many months? I want to say it's 6 months. Maybe it's less than 6. There is a hybrid bird from a poultry farm that I just purchased from. And I told him, man, I go, there's no fucking way. These birds start laying, they said, at 4 weeks old. And these birds lay 350 jumbo eggs a year. That's a lot of fucking eggs. Your typical bird is going to lay 250. Even your white egg layers, like your leghorns and stuff, that they use for the egg market, you know, all those birds in the fucking, you know, 500,000 birds in a birdhouse that lay eggs. Those are 250 a year a bird. But there's a hybrid, and it'll do 350 a year. And comes on very early. Now, you're probably not going to use that as a dual purpose bird. So you're not going to eat that bird at any point. All its energy is going into eggs. It's going to be a lighter bodied bird. I have barred rocks in the back I just brought in. I have barred rocks up in the rabbit house that I brought in last week. I have more barred rocks on the way. I have Brahmas, white Brahmas on the way just because I think they're a really cool, big looking bird. And then I have Cornish cross meat birds. And I've got more Cornish cross on the way also. Salmonella less likely or more likely with home eggs? You shouldn't even be having that conversation. Are you licking your bird's asshole? Like, literally, for real. If you ain't licking your bird's asshole, you don't need to worry about salmonella. I crack eggs right out of the chicken's asshole every day, and I eat them and don't worry a fucking bit about salmonella. Now, if I have some poop on the eggs, here's an egg right here with blood on it. Here's an egg right here with a little bit of shit on it. This one, I washed this egg. This is not, well, no, that probably is shit right there. I don't give 2 shits about that. Not even worried about it. Typically, I bring them in here. I spray them off. Salmonella is some bullshit that lobbying bodies have sold you. I'm not saying it's not real. I am saying it is some bullshit that has been sold to make people in the city fearful of having chickens and more governing body reasons to keep people in the city from having chickens. Just like the fucking dime store turtles. I don't know how old you are. I'm 50. My mom and my grandma and several people I know that are older said we used to have these little tiny, they were a quarter. They were the size of a quarter and they cost a quarter and they were little turtles. And you could go to the 5 and dime store and buy these turtles. And then they ban them because kids would get salmonella. Don't lick the fucking turtle. Don't lick it. If you're really concerned about them, you can wash those off. So you will notice I don't refrigerate my eggs. And I left eggs in a container. And I went 2 months. We produce way more eggs than that. But I intentionally put eggs in a container and started cracking them open at 2 months and eating them. There was no issue. The issue comes when it comes out of the chicken's butthole. It's called a cloaca. Fish and birds have cloacas. They poop, they pee, and they mate and breed and have babies through the cloaca. So that's the cloaca. There's a membrane. There's like a slime. It's clear. When it comes out of the bird's asshole, it's wet. When it dries, it's actually like a shellac almost. If you wash that off, it starts to, the thing doesn't stay on the shelf as long. And that's why they push all these people to, that's why you have to refrigerate your eggs. The United States is one of the only places that refrigerates fucking chicken eggs. Nowhere else does. It's because they wash them with soap and water and bleach. They bleach those fucking eggs. It takes what's called the bloom is what it's called. It's called the bloom. It takes the bloom off. Now you can also take your eggs if you really want to. You can wash them if it makes you feel better. And then you can dip them in mineral oil. You can dip them in olive oil. You could even shellac them. You could cover them in fucking clear paint if you want to. And then they will last longer on the shelf. But, I mean, we produce a lot of eggs. We give a ton of eggs away here. Have I answered your question? About to order material to build a classic 8x4 coupe, but is it necessary? It's not, Jonathan. Do you live in the city? Can you not let your birds just out in your backyard? So your birds will come out during the day and eat bugs and run around in the grass. They'll get into shit you don't want them into also. So here's how we do it. I have some runs that are about 50 feet by 20 feet. And you could do it smaller. If you're going to have 6 birds, you could put them in a 10 by 10, 10 by 20, whatever. Just let them out on the weekends while you're home. At night, they will go back to where they sleep, where their perches are, where their roofs are, which is just a 2x4 or a round dowel, whatever you want to give them. And you can have it even set so that at 6 o'clock that door closes, so predators can't get in there. I don't have any of that fancy shit. I have a 10 by 10 dog kennel. We put a tarp over the dog kennel, zip tie it in all 4 directions very tight. And we put a pole up in the middle so it kind of pushes it up like a circus tent, takes the tension. That way it sheds all the water off. We put their nest boxes inside there, and we put their perches inside there. And we put the perches up high so when there's a storm they can really get up high there. But the tarps we use are 8 by 12. They're 10 by 12 tarps. They come from Costco or Sam's Club, 2 to a package. They look just like this over here. I have one in here from this afternoon, as a matter of fact. We were just changing out tarps yesterday and today. And if you look on my Instagram page, you can see a short video of what I'm talking about. So that's where they live, and they just come and go. We don't even lock the dog kennel up where they stay all night. And those birds come out into an area that's, 20 by 50 feet long or so. And most of them never leave those pens. Now, you might have predation problems, raccoons, foxes, birds of prey, stuff like that. We have dogs, and our dogs keep everything at bay. Major grasshopper infestation 1 year, and basically all the chickens ate. The eggs tasted funky all summer. Huh. We have them. We don't notice it. In the summer, the yolks get much bigger and much brighter. Never had any taste issue. Never. Have you ever had your eggs take on a foul taste because the chickens are only eating one bug? No. And like we take stink bugs or Japanese beetles and give them to them, they won't even eat them. They won't eat. They look at them, they kind of peck at it, they won't eat them at all. soak in lime mineral water for egg longevity? Yes, you can. We just had that conversation here quite a bit, and that's called water glassing if you guys want to look it up. It's calcium hydrochloride. I don't know. It's lime. Just like he said. And you can buy it as pickling lime, but you can buy it in bulk a lot cheaper other places. So, and I think it's an ounce of that. It's like a teaspoon of that to a gallon of water or something. I don't know what the math is. It's all over YouTube. And it preserves them. They say it lasts up to a year. And it's just, you're going to put them like this. You're going to put them in a jar, and you're going to put the water and a teaspoon of that stuff, and you can put them on your shelf stable now. And John Witherspoon said, I was like, man, that's a lot of jars to keep on these shelves. And he says, well, I just put them in a 5-gallon bucket. And I'm like, that's awesome. And then Amanda and I were talking about it. She actually ordered some of it. We have the lime. It's here someplace. We don't need to do that. There's never been a single day when we don't have more eggs than we need. But yes, you absolutely can do that. You can. And it's a raw egg. It's a way to preserve a raw egg. I thought I was going to come over here and show you. Yeah, right here, pickling lime. I thought we had one opened. I guess there was 3 boxes. But this is it. It's called pickling lime. 6 1-pound bags. Jose Rivera, what's up, buddy? 1 ounce of lime per quart of water. Not all the lime will dissolve. Most people get about 18 months out of them, if not longer. There you go. So if you didn't have refrigeration, but I mean, here, actually, let me take that back too. Because even if refrigeration went out, there are no eggs in any of these refrigerators or freezers. There's no eggs in here. All the eggs sit right here. Soldier fly houses to feed. So all you need is roadkill or rotted meat or any meat. Just put it in there and it'll rot. For you guys that don't know what that is, you can take a piece of rotted meat and you can put it in a 5-gallon bucket. You can poke some holes in this thing. The flies will come in, lay eggs in the rotted meat as they regurgitate all over the rotted meat. When they eat a little, they lay some eggs. The soldier flies hatch and the maggots will want to crawl up this thing. They fall on the ground and your chickens will eat them up, and it is protein. How long do we let the egg-laying hens live? So a lot of people will get new chickens once a year, and they'll get different colored chickens so that they know which birds are the oldest, right? So the bird is born with a certain amount of ovums, which become eggs in her body. There's nothing you can do to make her have more. That's just how it is. Typically, our birds, ideally, in a ideal world, we're gonna let our birds go about 2.5 years, and when they get older and stop laying eggs, we're gonna disappear those birds. Now older birds are good for chicken and dumplings, stuff like that, soup, stews. We feed ours to the dogs. How do you like 100-gallon Rubbermaid container for raised bed containers? I don't have any of those, John. I don't have any 100-gallon containers for raised bed containers. Now, I have some County Line. They're made by Tartar. I have these water troughs, and they're kind of expensive, these water troughs. And we were looking at, ooh, the wind did blow one of those over. I was wondering if that was going to happen. We have a bunch of these. I also have some of these self-wicking beds from Costco and Sam's Club. But you see this wheel cart right here? I have about 100, well, I probably have 50 of these. And I like those. Now, I did look at Rubbermaid containers. I have a Rubbermaid container somewhere. I thought there was one sitting here, a black one. I think you could do the Rubbermaid containers for less money, and I think they would be fine. You're just gonna have to drill holes in them for drainage. And then in the future, if you ever needed to use it as a trough again, you could just JB weld them. Chicken will live about 4 or 5 years, Fat Nuts. If I'm wrong on that, somebody correct me. Ordered 100 Corners Cross. Right on, Hunt. Hoping to produce enough black. So, hey, I got mine today. I was supposed to have 50, and I only got like 10. I don't know why. I've got to talk to them. Have an entire garden made from containers so I can move my crops next month. Hoping to produce enough black soldier flies to get us through the winter for when pasture isn't growing. That's a lot of fucking soldier flies. You have to have rotted meat for that, right? So it's got to have some smell to it. They do have screw plugs. It's not going to be enough. You're still going to need to drill holes in it. Ever freeze dry scrambled eggs, or is that even worth doing? We do. We have absolutely a lot of freeze dried scrambled eggs. We have freeze dried scrambled eggs with bacon in it. We have maybe we don't with bacon. Maybe we do, and then with sausage also. And now we're just to the point where we have so many eggs. We're running a load of 120 eggs at a time, and we're freeze drying 120 raw eggs at a time. So what's the thought with that? You can add water to it, put it back into an egg form kind of, and you can scramble it at that point. But anytime you're adding, if it comes to the point where we're eating this food, you're not going to have food on your plate that looks like normal food, most likely. It's going to be in a bowl. It's going to be a soup, a stew, a goulash, a porridge, gruel, whatever. And you're going to get everything you can, and you're going to put it in that soup or that stew. And you can always add that egg powder to it. It's hot enough, it'll just cook it. Chris Watkins, what's up, bud? Typically, chickens live 3 to 7 years, but taken care of really well can live 10 to 12. You have nothing but a pet at that point, though. It'll give you an egg every now and then. I have a bunch of chickens up there with the ducks that we need to just pop their heads off. I can hear those baby chicks all the way in here from the garage. Have you ever treated for mites with chickens? Nope. Never had a mite problem. Not that I know of, anyways. We've been very lucky. We've never had any chicken problems. We just fucking feed them all our table scraps. We give them layer pellet. We give them some scratch. I probably feed them way more than they need. And they just do their thing, man. We have never really had a chicken problem. Chris, weather's passed. Had some rain, a little bit of thunder. It was very overrated this time. We luckily had no damage. Nothing seems askew on the property. Been taking mason jars and putting all the dried ingredients for soup. Just add water and heat. Yes, you can absolutely do that. We have way too much to do that. You can totally do that. You can put beer bread in those things, have it so it's all pre-portioned. All you do is pop open a bottle of beer, add it to it, put it in the oven. You can do all kinds of awesome stuff. Just remember, everything you're putting in a jar costs more than putting it in a Mylar bag. Absolutely not saying don't do that. I'm just saying that the amount of stuff we're storing, we cannot store it in that manner. How do you track which chickens have stopped laying and which haven't? Big Pyro. You're just gonna know. You're gonna know. I have birds together that I just brought up through the winter, and I've got 60 of them. They're in one place. I have birds from last year that are in 2 different pens, and they're both laying very well. And then I have the oldest of them in the pen up top, and they are not producing eggs very well. They need to die. They need to go away. And that's why a lot of people will do different colored birds. So they'll do like Leghorns one year. They'll do Barred Rocks the next year, Rhode Island Reds the year after that. So at 2 years or 2.5 years or wherever, you're gonna that flock's gonna be gone. Shouldn't smell too bad if you don't overfeed. 2 to 5 pounds a day for flies to eat. Feeding flies, guts, skin from hog. Oh, that's a good idea, man. That's right. You do have that source. That's a fucking really good idea. I'd be interested in seeing that, Bob, when it's done. I'd like to see some photos of it. We had a mean ass rooster, got 11 years old until a dog got him. The meanest bird I've ever had. So I hear people say that. I have never been spurred by a rooster. I've never had a rooster come at me. Cody and I were reskinning some of the dog kennels yesterday with the new tarps. And these two roosters were just like, they were losing their minds that they were in there. They just kept cock-a-doodle-doo, kept crowing, kept crowing, kept crowing. I picked up a twig and fucking smacked one, and he kind of ran away and kind of ended it. The younger one, we had a rooster come up out of these 60 birds this winter. One of them's a rooster. And I kicked him, and I kind of like soccer balled him, lifted him up. And that little motherfucker ran back at me 3 or 4 times, and I literally kicked him 3 or 4 times until he'd had enough, and that was the end of it. But I've never had a mean rooster. I've never seen one. Like, if I did have one, I would hit that thing. I would find a nice 2x4 and cut it to size just so that I could literally knock his head off. Precious metal prices are a little high, so I bought some badass 1861 Confederate notes. Cool. I'm not familiar with what that is. Is that like a flat gold? Is that made of gold or something? Magnus eats everything. There's a possum. There's a mummified possum out there that he keeps chewing on. The fucking thing must have crawled over the fence one night and he found it. You can tell most of the time which chicken laid the egg, at least with 20 or less chickens. Yeah, I got way more than 20 chickens. We got over 100 just today. We got 100 last weekend. $5 notes and $100 notes from 1861. That's neat. That's neat. Any new equipment? What do you mean new equipment? Like, did I buy new tractors and augers or new gear we made? We've been putting it up, man. Get on our text app. We just did, and I showed it at the beginning of the video too. We have 6-mag stacked rigs running right now in Woodland. I have multicam AKM4 micros running right now. Multicam big cocks right here. Woodland 8 sets for those stacked. We ran a few more runs of fanny packs this morning. I think they're all sold out. We did black, we did multicam black, we did raid, and I've got some Arids hanging up there. So you might still be able to get one. My suspicion is they're all sold out. Friends that had a Great Dane carried their dead cat around for about a month, then buried it like 5 times. He kept finding it. They'll let that shit rot. They'll take off, they'll let it rot, and then they'll dig it up and eat it. Got a wallet today. Very cool, very cool. Had some mean-ass turkeys. I have some my turkeys are dying. I have 6 little baby turkeys. We bought them Tractor Supply this weekend. I had 6 of them, and one of them was looking a little, he was dying. I've lost, this will be the 3rd. So I popped his head off, and I brought it in here, and I showed, I'm like, look at this bird's head fell off. He's like, are pets' heads falling off now? Like, Dumb and Dumber. see government website? They got some good equipment that you. Oh, you're talking about like GovPlanet or whatever it's called, govplanet.com, I think is what it is now. It's their dermo site. Yeah, you can buy fucking anything the government has. Do they have mites? Turkeys are really bad about getting mites. Nah, they don't have no damn mites. They're literally baby turkeys. They're just brand new turkeys. They've just, I always, if I bring in 100 turkeys before they're a week old, 2 weeks old, we're going to lose a good chunk of them. I just always does with the turkeys. Have you seen GovPlanet website? Yes, I have. Yeah. Got my Raid M4 Micro today. Also, I think I got my kids hooked on SOE gummies. That's not hard. You should probably limit their intake of SOE gummies. Finished up blueprints for Catio. Going to have the chicken coop in the middle so predators can't get to the chickens. You mean? What about the bird flu? I'm not fucking worried about the bird flu at all. Not concerned. And that is absolutely not what this is. Tyler, these turkeys are like 5 days old. They don't have any fucking mites. Tornado warning finally passed here. Good, man, good. Yeah, we had it going on here too. We throttled the gummies. Is it better off? So, okay, let's use this as an example. I love that they've made these 4 rows. The last time I saw Oreos, it was 3 rows. This is called a party pack, they said. So, let's go with this. Is it healthier to eat an entire package in one night or to only eat 1 row for 4 nights? Yeah, they have COVID-19. That's what's happening to them. That's gotta be it. Have you guys watched the fucking Cobra Venom crate venom thing? Holy fuck. You guys should watch that thing. What's crazier is, okay, let's say they're all wrong, right? Let's say it's all bullshit. What about the dude, the researcher that found it, the Asian dude, right? What about him being shot to death in his laboratory? And then the shooter goes outside the building, gets in his car, and they say the shooter committed suicide. Do you really? Really? Are there pictures of him with Hillary Clinton somewhere? Oh, fat nuts. I could eat that entire package, no problem. If I get milk, right? Milk with it. Thin, extra stuffed Oreos. Just eat 1 row a night. All at once, then you only spike your blood sugar and insulin once. So I remember having this conversation, Amanda, with Justin. And Justin said I was probably better off to just eat it all at... I don't remember what he said. It was opposite of what you just said, I think. Mint Oreos. Can easily take down a family-sized package of doubles. What color is Grant's white horse? What color is Grant's white horse? What are we fucking talking about, John? I know you're going to explain this to me, and I'm going to be like, oh, duh. But I'm not following what you're saying. Going to go have a shot for my birthday and do some shopping on SOE. Jen, is it your birthday? Happy birthday. What are you, like 30? 31 maybe? Holy shit, just got notifications my package made it to Poland, from Poland to Memphis in 30 hours. They're crazy. Tyler, not an SOE package, right? Poland? absolutely in love with a new diaper bag. Awesome product, right on. I had a diaper bag sitting here. Did somebody buy that thing? I guess it's gone. I had a Typhon pink one here. They're nice, man. I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you love it. 51. You're older than I am, Jen. Rock climbing gear, Final Destination, Colorado. Right on. Tom Balau says lower glucose levels over a longer period of time is better than extreme spikes. So 1 row. I would believe him. We'll go with that. You are not on enough chemicals for that. What are we talking about? Chips Ahoy and milk. I can destroy a family size if I'm not careful. Get vaccinated. Get vaccinated. It should be vasectomized. Get vasectomized. Whole corn. Woodland cop rig in the future. Yeah, you'll probably see some of those. You'll probably see some. Typhon stacked micros were cut today. 8 months older than you. Don't get ahead of yourself.